What is a mana battery? Well, that's what we're going to try and figure out today. Firstly, I should probably address that it has been quite a while between episodes, and there are a couple of reasons for that. One is I've been very busy on the Ramble SMP server, and I've just been having a lot of fun on there, so I haven't had a chance to get into this. And the main reason is, I knew I was going to be doing a mana battery in this episode, and I really had trouble figuring out how I'm going to do it. But just yesterday, I think I've come up with an idea that should probably work. So, before we get on with that, let's explain what we're talking about. A mana battery is basically just a collection of mana pools that you have an absolute ton of mana in, and it's drawing all the mana from all the sources you have into there. So there's a couple of ways we can do that. A really primitive way would be having a ton of these mana spreaders, but you know, these don't transfer mana very quickly, so that would take an absolute age. We could, if we really wanted to, and that's what I've been doing at the minute, using mana tablets, just throw them into where we're creating them. In our case, that is down in the slime farm, and then just throwing them into where we're using them. But that is way too manual for us. We definitely don't want to be doing that. What we're going to be doing is using sparks, but we also want to craft something called spark augments. And what that allows us to do is tell the sparks where we want the mana transferring to, rather than just them sending it where it's needed at that moment. Firstly, we need to craft some sparks. So how do we do that? Right, I've got them up here. We need a dominant spark and a recessive spark. So these are fairly simple. We just need a rune of earth and a mana steel, and that's the same for both of them. Sorry, no it's not. We need a rune of fire for the other one and a mana steel. We also need this new thing called a pixie dust. We get this from throwing a mana pearl into the elven trade. So this is one of the many reasons why I did this elven trade last time, because it's going to be very useful for all this advanced stuff. So we do have some ender pearls, so I can throw these into a mana pool to get the mana pearls. Let's throw these into here, and we should get the pixie dust out. So let's just do, come here. Let's just do the two for now, because that's all I need. And then I do have, where are they? Right, so we need one rune of earth, one rune of fire, and two of those. Right, so we should just be able to craft these in here. So, dominant spark augment and a recessive spark augment. Right, so what do these things do? Right, let's demonstrate this with some mana pools. So we'll just grab a few more. I don't think I've got any crafted, have I? No, right. Okay, let's craft 3 mana pools. And we'll also take a little bit. Actually, I already have mana tablet. So let's just demonstrate how these things. I need some sparks as well. Okay, let's grab some feathers. We need some blaze powder and some gold nuggets as well. So let's craft those up. 3 sparks. Nice. So if we just set these down, I'll show you how this works. So what we want to do is transfer mana that we're going to put in there. You go in there. Is that filling up? Okay, that's filling up into there, and this is really slow. And we just take our sparks. Now, if we put a spark on there and on there, that is not going to transfer, because this mana pool isn't using it. So it's just going to say, no, we're alright, we're just going to stay over here. But what we can do is, if we take our recessive spark augment and we put that onto this spark, just like that, that will now start transferring mana, as you can see going across here, into this one, and it does it very, very quickly. So this is recessive, this is a normal one, so this means that it's going to send it into this one. But if we don't want to do it like that, what we can also do, take that augment off, and we put the dominant one on there instead. Go on there, thank you. That will now start sending it back, because dominant will take it from the normal ones. Now, the obvious question is, can we use all these 3 together? And we can. So if we put a spark on here, and then we have the recessive one left, don't we? So if we put that in there, and we'll throw our mana tablet into there, all that mana is initially going to get sent into this one, and then from there, it's going to get sent into this one. So this is how we can chain these together. Now, as far as I know, you can't do it any more than 3 like this, but we could have more than one mana pool with the dominant augment on it, and that means that all of the mana from here will be sent into all of those and spread out equally. So this is how we're going to get the mana from down in the slime farm and up into wherever we put this mana battery. Now, there is a restriction on the distance of this. We can only go 12 blocks vertically, so, and I think it's 12 blocks across as well. That layer of the slime farm that we've built is at Y1, and I think we're at Y62 here, so obviously that is outside of that range, and I've been playing around with a few ideas of how we can do this, like, to get around that fact, and that's what's held me back from getting on with this episode, because I wasn't sure how to do it. But I've come up with a genius idea, and I'm actually just going to build another one. So this one down here, I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to set up this kind of system to put the mana and keep it down here. And then we can use that constantly in the mob farm that we've got over there. So we can get the normal mob drops going. Because at the minute, that is still done with a mana tablet. And then I will build another layer of this slime farm, but quite far up. Maybe right at the top, like at level 35-ish. And then from there, we can use these and get the mana up here. So that is exactly what I want to do. So let's give that a go. First thing, I need to build another layer of slime farm. So let's get that sorted. Okay, so a little bit of time later, and we have that second slime layer done. And it is fairly high up. And as you can see, it's definitely working. We have quite a few slimes there. So we need to start processing these into mana as soon as we can. This is at level 30, I think. I did do it a little bit higher. I did do it as high as I could. I think I did it at 39 the first time. But then I realised, because I'm at level 62, that wasn't 28 blocks away. So there was nothing spawning there when I was stood around this area. So that was no good. So I dropped down there. And yes, literally dropped down there. And because I'm just wearing the robes, no feather falling, I died. Which is why I don't have 28 levels anymore. Never mind. I decided to build it a little bit further down, and this is definitely working now. And I've put a barrier around the edge, which I didn't do on the lower level, so they're not all falling off. So I'm definitely going to do that lower down as well, so we don't lose any of this slime. But to kill these, I needed to get myself some nice slimers. So I gathered petals for the flower, planted the ones I had and bone mealed them, then cut them with shears. I did this for the green, the lime green and the black. Next, I need to stock up on some runes. So firstly, it was the rune of water, which meant crafting a ton of fishing rods. Got that going, and when I do runes, I tend to do more than I need, so I have a decent stock of them. Especially after doing the first one, you can right click with an empty hand to do the same recipe again, so I did this a few times. The next rune was the rune of summer, and for that I needed sand, so I placed my remaining soul sand around the pure daisies to convert it. I decided here to upgrade my mana spreader, so I grabbed an elementium ingot and some dream wood using the elven portal, crafted the elven mana spreader and placed it down facing the runic altar. I then got on with creating a few runes of summit. This one uses the earth and air runes but doesn't consume them, so this one was really cheap to do. And again, I did create quite a few while I was here. And then lastly, it was just over to the petal apothecary and we created the nice limus flowers in there. Okay, so just the last step of this, we need to change these nice limus flowers into the floating nice limus. So I just thought we'd go through this again together, just as a bit of a refresher. First thing we need to do is craft the glimmering flower, and that we just take a mystical yellow flower and or any mystical flower actually, and 2 glowstone dust, and we get the glimmering version. What we can then do is take that flower and craft it with a piece of dirt and a pasture seed, and that will give us the floating flower. We'll then take that and add it to the nice limus, and we'll get the floating nice limus. So that's great. We can put these down there now, and we don't need to put these on dirt. And we also have the added advantage that these emit light as well. So these will light up the platform for us without using torches. So we've got those. I've crafted up a few sparks. I did have to kill a couple of blazes because I was running really low on the blaze powder for these. Because as you can see, we need blaze powder, the petals and the gold. So definitely going to need to do something to get a supply of blaze powder at some point in the future. I've got a few mana pools. And I've also just crafted up a couple more elven mana spreaders to try and save us on the sparks. I thought we'd do the initial stage with the mana spreaders. We'll see how that goes. And if that doesn't work out too great, we'll just get a few more sparks. So let's go give this a go. And I'm definitely not going to jump down this time. Let's go the safe way down here. Okay. Hopefully it won't take too much damage on here. And because I've blocked them all in, they're not going to just fall off like they normally do, which is great. Go it. So down here, we've got a mana spreader and a mana pool for each flower. But I don't want to do that this time. I want to save on the resources a little bit. So what I'm going to do is have an elven mana spreader and 1 mana pool in the middle. And that'll connect via sparks to the other things. So let's just get rid of this lot and try and get this set up. See, once I get one of these flowers down, I can just stand near it and any that spawn will get into there. And then the rest of them should be a lot easier. Go away. I can't fly. I can't do anything. Get out of my way. Right, I think we've got little ones left now, so it should be alright. Right, leave me alone. Just trying to kill you all automatically for mana. Nothing to worry about. Right, so where are our flowers? Let's get these down as quickly as possible. So how did we do this before? Right, so let's turn the chunk borders on so we can see what we're doing. I believe we left a 2 wide gap, and then we're going to come in to there, I think. Yeah, so we'll leave a 2 wide border around the edge. That's right. So, do that again there. 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Yeah, there like that. Nice. Another one there. And another one just there. Right, so that should be fairly symmetrical. Right, so what I'm going to do here is put a mana pool there, and then we'll put an Elven mana spreader. Should we put on, yeah, let's put on top of this torch, and then we'll point that out there, and then we can connect this to the mana spreader, and then once this starts killing slimes, which it should do, even if I just go to the end of this platform, it should start doing it. So they're all connected to that now, and it's pointing in there. So let's see what happens if we go over here. Am I far enough away there? Probably not. May need to go up a little bit. Yeah, we can leave it, can't we? Because if any spawn, I can just go to the other end of the platform. Come on. Alright. Yeah, you had spawn there, didn't you? Great. Get anything over here? No, no, of course not. Why would you? Go this way. Actually, if I go down there, I can lure them in, can't I? Without dying, hopefully. No. Right, die in there. Thank you. And that's going into there. That's good. Right, okay, let's get the rest of this set up. Okay, so I've got that set up at both sides now, but I've just had a little idea, and I think it would actually make more sense if I put these mana tablets on top of the mana spreaders. Sorry, if I put these mana pools on top of the mana spreaders, because it might give us just that extra little bit we need. If we're pushing this to the maximum distance it can go, we might just need this one extra block. So if we do like that, and it does look a little bit neater as well, doesn't it? So let's go with that. And then just this one on this side as well. Link that to that. Right, that's good. So I think I can go up 12 and across 12. I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me, but we're going to test it now. So let's see how this works. I believe it's from there. So if I go like, sort of that. One like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I believe if I put one there, that should work. So now I need to just put a spark on there. And I'm going to leave this as the normal one. And the one down there is going to be the recessive. But we are going to try this going across into the middle as well. So let's try and get down here without dying. Okay, so I'll put a spark on there. And then make that recessive. If I then throw my... Actually, no. Let's just step away a bit and see what happens. So if I just go over here. Get some slime spawning, and hopefully we should see the mana going up into that. What it's going to be the middle one over there. So come on, do your thing. So slime spawn, mana go up there. Actually, we're not going to be far off, are we? If we just want to get it up there. Okay, so I've got mana in that bottom one, but it didn't go up there. So maybe slightly too high there. So we'll go down and adjust that a little bit. Right, so just put that one block lower. Get rid of that one. And then put spark on there. And hopefully we'll see some magic. Yeah, there we go. So that is filling up now, which is good. But what I also wanted to test is if I can take this into the middle. And then we can just have one going straight up like that. So let's see if this works. Right, are we in the middle? I think that's about right. And then one at that height there. So I need to go up one higher than that. Put that one there. Now I want to get rid of this. And then we'll put that on this one. Yeah, okay. Now, don't think there's going to be any mana in there at the minute. But if we just steal all of this. Alright, so let's just jump down there. And we'll throw this into here for now. We'll try and get them spawning. Just do that and that. Right, that is going up there. Right, that's brilliant. So you can do that. So we'll do the same at that side, getting it both send it to that one, and then we'll put another mana pool at the top with dominant spark on it, and there we should be done. Okay, so I've got the next bit done, and I'm starting to skip ahead a little bit here, so I'll just go back and explain what I'm doing. So we've got a little bit of craziness going on. So if you just look down here, that's the one that we've just set up with the normal spark on it, and then we've got the recessive ones at the bottom, so the mana's getting sent up to there, and then we've put this next one in at the top, level with this little platform we've got here, and this has the dominant spark on it. So I was thinking about putting a lot of mana pools around here, but it's not really an ideal location, because this is just like the bridge that goes across to what's going to be like the main base. So I thought I'd set up a little area over here, and what I've done, I've set up 5 elven mana spreaders pointing at this one mana pool here. So this is going to be like one underground, and then above there I'm going to have a load more mana pools, and that is going to be the mana battery. So what I need to do is set up a recessive spark on this bottom one, and I can't do that there because that's a slab. Can we do that? Yeah, there we go. Right, so if we just put that one on there, and then we'll set... That's not transferring over there, is it? No, I think that's too far away. Right, that's good. If that was a problem, we could have dyed this as well, because you can dye these any of the 16 colours, and then the different coloured ones won't interact with each other, but I think we're fine for now. So let's put a recessive spark on there, and then that, if I put a spark on that one, so if we just jump up here, that's really ridiculously overpowered. Put a spark on that one, that should start transferring all the mana from down here, which it is, so that's great. So it's very slow this a minute, and I'm very aware that this part here is the bottleneck. The sparks are way faster, but it doesn't look like this is filling up yet. If this was filling up, I'd be a bit concerned, but I think it's transferring at a decent rate. I know I can increase the speed of these with lenses, so I'm going to look into that. I think it's the velocity and potency lenses, but I'll double check that, and I will get that sorted. But I think this is basically the system set up. So let's put this back to a slab so I don't get any mobs spawning. So all I'm going to do is put a load of mana pools around here, all with just normal sparks on, and then these will all fill up with the mana from below. So that, I think, is it. We've done it. So yeah, the spawn rates aren't great. I may need to add another layer, because I do have room to add another layer above this, and then obviously I can just repeat this, and then these mana pools that we've already got will just work. So we may do that depending on how much we get going in here, but I'll leave this running and we'll see how it goes. Well, I think the next thing we need to do is get this whole system set up exactly as it is, but down at the bottom, so we can start using this in the mob farm. Okay, so a massive amount of time later, and a couple more deaths because I didn't light these platforms up, and skeleton dropped down here because I'm only wearing robes. Yeah, didn't go well. As you can see, we have another 2 of these systems set up now, so I decided to split them because I did the mob farm one first on this side, and because we're not having to use any mana spreaders and slowing the system down, this more than keeps up with what this mob farm needs. What I've done, I've set these up so it's 12 blocks over this way and 12 blocks across, so diagonal from there, and this is the absolute maximum it can go. And then in here, this worked out pretty well. I think I could go a couple more blocks, but I thought just having it in here, in the tunnel where I walk through, that is pretty good, so I can see how much mana's in there, and it's always been full every time I've come across. And this, I have emptied it out a couple of times, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's going mad. So what I've done, I crafted up a gold to diamond chest upgrade, so we can now make this a little bit bigger. Well, quite a bit bigger, but you know, this is going to fill up as well. And I do have a plan to actually replace this chest and move all the items to an automated storage somewhere up there. So I think what I'm going to do is extend this circle all the way down, so we have a cylinder coming all the way down to this level here. The other lot of mana is coming across into this, so we have our dominant sparks over here and a tiny little mana battery over here as well. And what I'm planning on doing with this lot is to move down the stone generator and ore generator that I have up there, and maybe put a couple of those in a big area around here, and they can use the mana that's coming from there. So basically anything down here is stuff that's using the mana constantly, or an excessive amount quite quickly. That's why I've separated these up, and then the one at the top I'm going to use for like my manual stuff. So if I ever want to create terra steel or converting things, just using the general mana pools, that's what that one up there will be for. So now I've got much better understanding how this works. I've come up with a couple of ideas of how I can improve this system up here. Okay, so back up top, as you can see, these aren't doing too bad. We've got 9 of these almost full, but this has been running for quite a while now, and I would expect them to be done by now. And the problem we're having is this thing here. As I said, this is the bottleneck, and we do have this one mana pool here completely full. So this is definitely backing up, and I'm not sure if yeah, that's backed up as well. So this is actually waiting for this to go before this can send, and then those are backing up right down to there as well. So we've got plenty of mana being produced, but it's just not moving fast enough. So I think we need to upgrade this. So the first thing I want to do is, because these mana spreaders are dependent on how far away they are from what they're firing at, I want to actually move this mana pool over here. As we've discovered, we can go up 11 and across 12. So I can move this across 12 from here, and then that should drastically improve this. That's the first bit. So let's get that done. Okay, so I think I've put that in the right spot. So we're just going to grab this dominant spark augment, because I don't actually have any more at the moment. So let's just put this over here. I think I do have a spark. Yeah, I've got one left. So put that there, dominant on there. Ah, right. This, I was aware of this, I just forgot. So what the issue is here is this is taking the mana from here because it's too close. But what we want this to be is 2 separate systems. So I have this die in my hand, and what this will allow us to do, if we die that spark, just like that, this will now not interact with these ones above. So what we can do, let's do this. So let's just prove this and take some mana out of here. Right, I think I'm going to have to waste this mana because we're actually in the wrong position here. I think I've put it one block too far, so let's get rid of that. Put you there, and grab those. Put a spark there, die that. And then we're going to take the recessive spark augment off there and make that into a dominant one. And that will take the mana from down below, but as we've just dyed this green, we also need to do that with those down there as well. So that's going to be fun getting down there, isn't it? Right, let's just prove we can do this. So let's put the green one on there, and then that should transfer into that one, which is great. And well, I'm going to take these mana spreaders as well, and I will put those over here. And then point that out there. Right. So that is basically the same system we had before, but we are going to make this much better as well. So firstly, let's get these dyed and get this working properly. Okay, so easy ones down at the bottom. These are the recessive ones. Oh wait, there we go, just like that. And then we need to do that one as well, don't we? So let's pillar up here. And once I do this, this should just start working. And then we should have a full system, but obviously we are going to improve it. So that is going to there, and that is sending it across to there. Right, that is great. Exactly what I wanted to see. So that is all working. Now we just need to work on the improvements. Okay, so firstly, we're going to need a couple more dominant sparks. So let's just get everything we need for this. Yeah, 4, that should be more than enough. I think we're going to need another 2. So what we're going to do is basically duplicate what we've got here. So if we just take this out and this one, we'll have 2 more mana pulls. And then what this is going to act is like a buffer, so this doesn't back up anymore. As we saw, this one was backing up, but if we have 3, this one will be able to send all of its mana and spread out in between these 3. And then if we can increase the speed of these so they'll transfer all of these 3 fast enough into that one, we shouldn't have as much of a bottleneck as we had before. Okay, a few more sparks. I'm going to end up using loads of these, so let's just grab 10. Right. We need you and dominant again, so let's put sparks on there. And we also need to dye those green as well, don't we, so they don't steal it all. Dominant on those, and that should start receiving it from those as well. Excellent. Right, we do have quite a few mana spreaders, so this I think should be exactly enough, which was lucky. I didn't plan that. So and I'm going to have 3 against each one, so 1 on the front and back, and then 1 on the top as well. So hopefully this should do pretty well. Okay, so those are all pointing up there now, so let's get these final 3 on, and those 3 pointing up there as well. Right, so are these still backing up? Yes, they are. So this is going to take quite a while, and these hopefully shouldn't ever get to this stage again, now that everything is being cleared out from down there. So let's see what we've got. Right, that one's empty, and that one's empty as well. So right, that's good. So it's not backed up down there, but these are definitely backed up as well, are they? So the next thing we can actually do is add some lenses into there, and then hopefully that should make it go a lot better. Right, so for that though, we're going to need glass. So unfortunately, I'm going to need to make a trip to the nether. So let's go do that, and then we can get these lenses added. Well, that didn't go well. Okay, so that trip to the nether, it didn't go well. I was actually looking for soul sand so I could convert it into sand using the pure daisies. But then I looked it up, and I've just found out something that I didn't know. If we look for sand in here, I knew about this one. We can put soul sand around pure daisy and get sand. But I didn't know this. You can just throw a cobblestone in a mana pool with an alchemy catalyst underneath it, and you get sand. How didn't I know that? Right, next question. Do we have any cobblestone? Probably not. Oh, there's a bit there. That'll do. Right, where's my... I do have one somewhere. You go in there. Look at that. That is so much easier. I can't believe I didn't know that. Right. Okay, let's get this cooked up, and we can start crafting some lenses. Okay, so I've got the sand cooked up into glass, and I've got some mana steel ingots, so we should be able to craft a few lenses now. So let's do this. 5. We need 12 though, don't we? So bit more mana steel. We can do that. Let's just craft up... Oh, they don't stack as well, do they? I forgot about that. Right, so we want to turn these into velocity lenses. So what do we need for that? Rune of air. We do have a few of those. That should be doable. Where are we? 14. Okay, let's do these one at a time. Never mind. Okay, so we've got 12 of those crafted up now, which is exactly what we need. So we'll just put the other lenses in there and go get these set up. Right, so just one down here. And on front of all of these, let's start the ones at the back, we just need to put a velocity mana lens, and that should increase the speed of this quite drastically. I think it reduces how much mana it sends, but it'll actually go faster, and because we're quite close, it doesn't matter that much anyway. So, is that, oh, I only needed 9, didn't I? I thought, no, okay, well, we've got a few spare, but that should be going much quicker now. You can actually hear it as well, can't you, how fast that's going. Right, so are these emptying out any quicker? Right, yeah, so those are about half now. So those are definitely going down. Yeah, that's great. So none of these backing up, and this looks good to me. So, right, I think we've done it. I think we now have a working mana battery. So this is fairly primitive. We only have the 9 there for now. I do intend on expanding this quite a lot, but I just needed a few more sparks and mana pull. So we will get that done next time. But very pleased with the progress we made today, and you know what? I didn't really think creating a few mana batteries would lead to so many deaths. It's been absolutely ridiculous. But we got it done, and that's the main thing. So, unfortunately, I am going to have to leave it there. But if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.